Plan Commission meeting of August 11th, 2026 to order. Roll call, please.
Hannah, aye.
Boucher. Sullivan here.
David Chair.
Oldani here.
Chandler here.
Okay. We have approval of minutes of July the 28th, 2026. I'll give everybody a moment to go through those.
Oldani moves that the Oldani moves that the minutes of the Oak Creek Plan Commission meeting Tuesday, July 28, 2026 be approved.
Ask for a,
Yeah, he wasn't on.
Seipert seconds.
hang tight everybody, please. Just a second. I have a correction to the minutes. I wasn't here.
I was here.
What's that?
You're here.
Am I? No, am I?
In our hearts.
Oh, it does. Okay, I missed it. Thank you. Okay. Because it looked like I called the meeting in order at 6. I'm like, okay, then we're okay. All right.
No, the correction is Mayor Bukevich did not call the meeting to order. That would be Alderman Lorick.
Yeah. So we'll just, you could just amend that motion to have Mayor Bukevich struck at the beginning and Alderman Lorick put in. Not that I seen.
And Seipert seconds.
Oldani moves to amend the motion to correct Mayor Bukevich calling the meeting to order to read as Alderman Lorick.
Seipert seconds.
Roll call beginning with Christine.
Hannah, aye.
Boucher, aye. Sullivan, aye.
Bukevich, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seipert aye.
Chandler, aye.
Sorry about the confusion about that, folks. Okay, let's get on to our first item. That is item 4. And this is review of a request for a conditional use permit with conditions and restrictions for equipment sales and rental at Elevated Equipment Rentals, Inc. This is an existing business, and it's at 7420 South 10th. Todd?
Yeah, I'm actually going to present items 4 and 5 together.
Okay.
They're same property and related, so if you wouldn't mind reading that one as well.
Thank you. I wrote that down, and I still missed it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, so item 5.
Oh, and 5, we'll also look at the site plan and architectural review for the related plans for the site modifications at Elevated Equipment Rentals. Again, existing business, 7420 South 10th. When we vote, we will vote individually on it. We'll go through 4 and then 5. Okay, now you can take it away, Todd.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And so the property that you mentioned is on South 10th Street, north of Drexel, south of Rawson, and is zoned M1 manufacturing district. Currently, there is Elevated Equipment is operating there. However, they are doing so without an occupancy permit or a conditional use permit. As that you noted, they rent equipment such as scissor lifts and boom lifts and forklifts, and that requires a conditional use in the M1 district. During the fall, so November of 2025, fire department did its annual inspection of the building and noted that they were there. They weren't aware that they needed occupancy and that they needed this permit, so we started working with them to get to this point so they can come before you and seek the recommendation that they need for common council to approve a conditional use and also to approve a site and architectural plan. Because you'll see related to the conditional use permit, they need to add some fencing, a wall, and landscaping for screening of the equipment that they rent. So how the site looks right now, you can see a view taken a couple days ago from South 10th Street. This is the west elevation. Currently on the north side of the building is where they're doing their storage, at least exterior storage. So you can see some of the equipment there, parking of their employees as well. On the south side, there is a large paved area, but they're not currently using that at all for any storage. Otherwise, storage of other equipment is done in the building. Their business operates from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., and their future outlook is to have a maximum of 17 employees on site. Pretty low visitor numbers there, so they'll at most would have 3 customers on site as well. They also have 2 delivery trucks. Some of the equipment that they rent, they deliver to the person who's renting it. So those 2 delivery trucks are kept on site, parked outside. At most, they do 5 round-trip deliveries of the equipment per day. On site, they have 38 parking spaces. On the site plan that you see here, those are shown as either yellow or green. 38 number is the number of spaces that are required per our code. They're asking, however, for a parking adjustment. Those green spaces to the south are striped as parking spaces, but they would like to be able to use those for additional storage of equipment in the future. Kind of a flex space though, because they would keep it as striped for parking, and should they need extra space, for example, I was told that maybe quarterly they do a session where they do training, I believe, on how to use the equipment for people. So in that case, they might have more people. In that case, they would make space for parking there, but otherwise, they felt that 25 parking spaces is enough, considering that they at most would have less than 25 people ever there on site. As I noted, they have indoor storage. That's the majority of their storage. In the plan or in the report I provided and in their narrative, they break out the number of items. I kind of examples of what those things look like on the bottom. Those are more so the rough terrain versions, but the interior ones will be maybe a little bit smaller, less aggressive wheels. But then also outdoor storage, and those areas where they'll be doing the storage is indicated in blue. Right now, for what they have, they're only storing things in the north side of the building, maybe a little bit in the back, but they hope to expand their business to the south in that parking lot I showed you before. Some notable conditions that you saw in the draft conditions and restrictions. One is that they will only be allowed to park or store that equipment in the areas as indicated on the site plan. They'll be limited for at least outdoor equipment to those numbers shown there, and that was again their max. All their equipment outside needs to be screened by a wall or a fence, 8 feet tall. There needs to be a landscape strip in front of that wall or fence, and that's per code. All the equipment that's stored on site needs to be kept in a non-extended lowered position so that it's not just up above the fence line, and so that it's tucked away and hidden as possible, and that those hours are not extended any more than the 5 to 7 p.m. And also limiting to that currently to those 2 trucks for delivery that I mentioned before. So on the site and architectural component of this, to be compliant with the conditions I just mentioned, they need to install a fence to have any storage on that south side of the building. And so you can see indicated in red here around the south, and you have a shown 8-foot tall chain link fence, which is going to have vinyl slats in it as shown in blue. Those areas of the fence that are along the side and rear property lines will have barbed wire, though areas that are along facing the street, those aren't allowed to have barbed wire, so they won't. It should also be mentioned that they do currently have a fence that they installed that has a gate at the north end here. They've already installed it. They didn't have a permit for that. They installed it. So they're now asking for permission for that fence and gate that they put in. They'll put slats in it as they're required to. And when they do come and apply for a permit for the fence, we'll have that as part of everything that they're doing there. And so it should be all, hopefully all approved. So that is pointed up here as well as where that is. And as I noted, around the perimeter of the fence, they will have extensive landscaping, but this is landscaping that is required when for screening such outdoor storage. So should be softening the look of the fence. So I do have suggested motions here for you, both item 4 and 5. The conditional use would be, if you guys recommend for common council, that would be on the September 15th agenda for common council as a public hearing. So applicants here if you have questions.
Excellent. Would the applicant like to make a statement or anything, or you just want to wait on questions, folks? They indicated they'll wait on questions, so let's start on my right. How about Chauncey? Any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, Fred,
No questions at this time.
Don?
Yeah, my only question, and Todd, this might be for you. So did the fire department complete their inspection, or do they have to go back after the permits are issued?
My understanding is this was their annual inspection. I don't believe they have to do, well, they may have to do one related to the occupancy permit.
Okay.
But I know they do annual inspections. but-
So as far as you know, right now, there's no outstanding violations or anything?
No, I'm not aware of any outstanding violations. I think that they were good. It just was, hey, you don't have
Okay.
occupancy here. What's going on? So
All right.
that was an outstanding thing.
Okay.
They would have to sign for occupancy. They'll have to sign off on it
Mhm.
when they get to that point in the next. By then, we're already almost at the fall.
Sure. Okay, that was my only.
I have no questions or comments. No questions.
Just one question, and maybe others do know that. What's an elevated equipment rentals? Okay. So what type of equipment do you have stored there?
Oh, thank you, Don.
Gotcha.
Yeah, keep doing the job. You're doing a good job.
Those days.
Hi, my name is Phil Cook with Elevate Equipment Rentals. We're at 7420 South 10th Street in Oak Creek.
So what type of equipment, size and height are you looking to store at this facility?
We have equipment, the largest equipment goes all the way up to 135 feet, but that stays in an area that can be transported via truck. Most of our equipment is smaller scissor lifts, which are normally about 32 inches wide and about 5 feet long. So those are all stored inside. The boom lifts get a little bit larger, but as Todd showed before, we're able to keep all of it kind of down and not above the fence line.
Okay, so nothing that needs specific, like street closure, anything
No.
that needs to be, okay. Just
No,
want to
and
make sure.
our equipment's being delivered to contractors,
Okay.
businesses, things of that nature, not to the residential primarily.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. I might. Yeah. Yeah, that is the goal. That is the goal. No, this is an appropriate place for a business such as this. Todd, just, to clarify, the conditional use will go with the property and stay with it basically for eternity.
That's correct, as long as it's a continuous use. So if they move out, someone moves in, no gap of time, and they're going to do the same business. Of course, if they change something like their hours or the number of equipment, because that's what we're specifying, they may have to come in and amend it.
Because I know there have been some conditions and restrictions where we put like a 6-year limit or a 7-year or something. They had to come back to see how it worked out. I don't think this is an appropriate example of that, but I know we've done that in the past along 27th Street.
That has been
Probably
done.
before your time.
Yeah, that has been in the past, and I think we've internally with staff decided that wasn't a good route to go.
Okay.
But by nature, like I said, the next person that would come in would have to be identical as far as the number of, even, I specify the number of equipment. If they're going to have more than that, or if they're going to have different hours, they're going to have to amend it. So
Okay.
sometimes it's challenging. They'll have to come back probably anyways for often.
Well, great. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate it. Any further discussion or questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Wouldn't that lock the parcel if it just gets like within the same zoning of the permitting that we have there?
Well-
Like if it's gonna be locked, if they
Well,
if they move out
That's
and
not the required use there, but it's permitted to be there. And if they move out or they change, certainly the next person can come in and say, well, we're not that. Well, then this conditional use permit would then expire.
okay, so they have to come back here and
And it-
request a
yeah,
new one.
If the
Okay.
next person occupant comes in there and we do something totally different, they're not covered by this conditional use permit. This one is essentially
Expired.
expired because
Okay.
it's no longer continuous that use.
Okay. Just want to make sure it's not locked for the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
parcel. Okay. Thank you.
But it does run with it, but yeah, and that's throughout the city that happens. A new, completely new use comes in and
All right. Thanks.
Okay. There's no further discussions or questions. I'll ask for a motion on 4 first.
Oldani moves that the Plan Commission recommends, yeah, that's not the one, okay. That the Plan Commission recommends that the Common Council approves a conditional use permit for equipment sales and rental at Elevated Equipment Rentals, Inc., and in an existing business located at 7420 South 10th Street after a public hearing and subject to conditions and restriction.
Vouch second.
Roll call, beginning with Steve.
Vouch aye. Sullivan, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler, aye.
And I.
Okay, we'll move into 5, which we covered.
Vouch moves that the Plan Commission approves the site architectural and related plans for site modifications to Elevated Equipment Rentals, Inc., an existing business located at 7420 South 10th Street.
Seifert seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Matt.
Sullivan, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler, aye.
And I.
Vouch aye.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it and good luck. Item 6, we will review a final subdivision plat for Edgemont Estates. This is a single-family residential subdivision located at 10670 South Nicholson Road. Todd.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. So you may recall back in March, applicants came before you to get the approval, preliminary plat approval for the 14 single-family residential lot subdivision northeast of Elm and Nichols Road. Little reminder, so that's a roughly 13-acre site, zoned RS3, Shoreland Wetland Conservancy District as well. And since that time, they have completed all requirements of the development agreement, so now they're able to request approval of the final plat, which from you would be a recommendation to Common Council for their approval, similar to a CSM. So no changes since they were here in March. Again, it's still the single-family detached homes, 14 lots, 4 outlots, same use as before for the outlots with that density of just over 1 unit per acre. So if the applicant's here, if you have any questions, otherwise I have the suggested motion on the screen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Todd. Applicant, you want to wait on questions? Okay. They indicated they will. Start on my left this time. Christine.
I have no question. Thank you.
Steve.
No questions.
Matt.
None.
Don.
No questions.
Fred.
No questions.
Chauncey.
No questions, thank you.
I myself have none either. It's just nice to see residential development, particularly single-family homes like this. I appreciate all the work and effort that went into this and the cooperation you did with the neighbors. So, thank you. Actually, you got to be on the mic to say that, but
Could use
either way, if there's no questions or comments, we'll take a motion.
Oldani moves that the Plan Commission recommends to the Common Council that the final subdivision plat for Edgemont Estates Single Family Residential Subdivision to be located at 10670 South Nicholson Road with the following conditions. 1, that a draft easement document for the 50-foot wide tree preservation easement be submitted to the Department of Community Development for review and approval prior to said easement being recorded with the Milwaukee County Register of Deeds. 2, that all public easements be submitted to the engineering and/or Oak Creek Water and Sewer Utility for review and approval prior to said easements being recorded with the Milwaukee County Register of Deeds. 3, that all public easement document numbers be referenced, added to revised final plat prior to recording of said plat. 4, that all required development and stormwater agreements and land use building permits be coordinated with engineering department. 5, that all water and sewer utility connections be coordinated with the Oak Creek Water and Sewer Utility. 6, that all technical corrections, including but not limited to corrections required for compliance with the municipal code and Wisconsin statutes, be made prior to recording of the final plat. 7, that all final plat revisions be submitted electronically to the Department of Community Development prior to submission of permit applications.
Seepert seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Don.
Oldani, aye.
Seepert, aye.
Chandler, I.
And I.
Ouch, aye.
Sullivan, aye.
Gavich, aye. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Good luck, guys. Item 7, we'll review a sign appeal application for the property located at 9325 South 5th Avenue. This is submitted by Brian Johnston, City of Oak Creek. Todd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So you're also all familiar with this project. I can't believe it's been about a year since they were here getting approval for the additions, modifications to the site. And so they're looking to put a sign up on the site that would let residents know what's going on there. So they are looking for a variance, or they're appealing the length of time that their sign can be allowed to be out on display. They're looking for it to be out from August 19th to June 7th. I'm sorry, it should be read 2029, not 2019. I'm living in the past. So, as you recall, such signs are allowed up for a period of 72 days. And that's as far as staff can go, as far as in staff approval for length of time. So they're looking to have the sign out there for more than 1,000 days. The sign, this is what it is to look like and where it is going to be located along American Avenue here. This is 5th Avenue, so they're looking to put it at the north end, and everything else about the sign meets requirements, size, location, so forth. It's just the matter of the duration of time that they're looking to have longer. So I have the motion for your consideration here, and then I believe Brian is here if you have any questions.
Excellent. Thank you, Todd. I'll put it out to the commission. Christine?
Maybe I'm not understand what is this sign is for.
It's the rehabilitation of the water plant, is what it is. It's letting residents know what's going on here with the rehabilitation and modernization of the plant, but I'll let Brian explain.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Brian Johnson, Director of Utilities. This is part of the Underground Facilities Rehab Project, which is a mouthful. This is a construction cost is just under $50 million for that project. We're adding a new intermediate pump station, UV, chlorine contact tank, and high lift pump station at the treatment plant. So this is to meet DNR requirements that we need to take care of at the plant. And as part of the project, we receive funding from the DNR as well for the Safe Drinking Water Loan Program. One of the requirements for that loan program is to have the sign on site that funding is from them. So That's
Gonna
the
say-
reason for the sign.
55 or 50 million.
$50 million.
The half east-west project. I'm like,
Yeah.
where'd you get that money from?
So the funding is total with the safe drinking water loan is just under $57 million of funding that we have for this project, and that'll be paid back over the next 20 years.
Out of curiosity, does it have any federal funds or no?
That's where the money comes from, is from
Okay.
federal funding through the DNR.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I don't have any question. Thank you.
Steve?
No questions.
I have none.
Don?
Is this a vinyl wood? It's like a structure or not just,
It's anticipated that this is going to be a wood structure that's put up there. Contractors building a structure, they are printing the sign on vinyl that'll be attached to basically a sheet of plywood that'll be out there.
okay. That's my only question.
Can the project be completed in that 1,024 days?
That is what our schedule says it will be completed in, so that is the project schedule.
Okay. That's it?
Rossi?
No questions, thank you.
I have none either. I'm very glad the project's going on and it's betterment for the community. It's protecting our drinking water, which is really, really important. So, all for it. Okay, there's no further discussion. Entertain a motion.
Seipert moves that the Plan Commission approves a sign appeal allowing a temporary sign to be displayed for 1,024 days on the property at 9325 South Fifth Avenue with the following conditions. 1, that the temporary sign permit shall be valid through June 7th, 2029. The sign shall be removed by June 8th, 2029.
Hannah seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Brett.
Seipert, aye.
Chandler, I.
Hannah, aye.
Ajay.
Sullivan, aye.
David Chai?
Aldani, aye.
Okay. That is it for the agenda tonight. Just a reminder, farmers markets in full swing. I guess it's about that time of year when everything's being picked and it's going to be fresh. I believe there's a night market as well attached to this one on Saturday night. So you may want to skip the state fair and really just take in the Old Creek market. It's probably cheaper. No admission. Anyways, with that, if there's no further business, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Seipert moves to adjourn the meeting at 6:28.
Hannah seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Chosting.
Chandler, I.
Hannah, aye.
Ajay.
Sullivan, aye.
David Chai?
Aldani, aye.
Seipert, aye.